Nah, that's fair, man. Uh, although I still maintain that, like, one of the classiest ways to drink just straight up alcohol is by doing, my God, what is it? Sidecar, which is just a lemon drop, but with either brandy or cognac, specifically Hennessy. But the way that I make mine is equal parts brandy and triple sec, and then ice, and then that's it.
That wouldn't be bad.
Oh, I
I,
mean,
I
there's a
couldn't do
reason why
that.
it's my favorite.
You
I
get
couldn't do that if it was Henny. Henny just has like one of those like super pronounced tastes
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
just awful.
It's not bad if it's mixed right with like the right stuff, but if it's just like one of two ingredients, nah, nah, sorry.
But
There are definitely better cognacs out there.
Yeah.
on that note, let me get the. Nope, not the soundboard, silly goose. Although I do need to.
Твое желание скоро... Твое желание скоро исполнится. Иди ко мне.
Oh no.
Твое желание скоро...
Oh,
Твое
yes.
желание скоро исполнится. Иди.
Damn. It won't let me do the thing, so I'll have to just throw it in here. Anyways, getting the watch party ready. I hope that once this campaign is done, Sarah, you're able to go back and watch the streams because so much of the atmosphere and world
I
building
know.
is lost.
She's ordering a pizza right now, but she heard what you said.
Well, no, I heard you. I'm just saying. I agree for sure.
Important question. What kind of pizza?
Probably just pepperoni.
Acceptable.
We don't go fancy.
That's fair.
Ready for this one? Because this one will stain your soul. Also, let me get up the chat monitor for the stream. Oof. All right.
Yay, pizza's been ordered. All shall rejoice.
Huzzah!
Yay.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Hooray for old Mosey! That actually reminds me, just another little detour before we get into it here. The next campaign, because we've got about 6 sessions of this left, depending on how on track we stay. Basically, Hammergrim or Watchmen. Obviously, for those of you who were in the Watchmen, you know how that's going to play out. We start as farmers, disgruntled by society, tossed around by a local gang, but instead of being advocates for just the people, the end goal is to overthrow the government. So, you know, a little... I also took the time back just a little bit, so it's happening in the early 1840s, 1850s, and, well, during the... Actually, it'll be the 1790s, during the Age of Rebellion, and instead of being in like a DRB setting, it is in our Learsog universe, in Bornholm, because there's not a lot of lore about that country. So I figured great place to insert the Watchmen, because we know that there was the Civil War, then there was the Great War, then the Age of Rebellion. I figured we could be the Age of Rebellion. And obviously Hammergrim we left off. We had massive successes, drove the orcs out, and now we're going 7 years into the future after that event, and we are going to the Vermanch ruins. So it is up to you guys, or if you guys want to Blood and Plunder, whatever. I have lots of campaigns ready to go. I'd honestly really like to give the World War II setting a try, and all of that good stuff. 1 second. But yeah. Yeah, let's get into it. Urabata ready?
Alright, Captain.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Thank you.
That's my MK Ultra activation phrase, actually.
I know, I'm your handler.
Anyway.
Everybody slap on into the, whatever the fuck.
Is the crotch party ready?
Yeah. Ready to be fully sniffed.
Yeah, she should call me.
Oh. Oh.
Wait a minute, that's not what I wanted. I don't want that. Close that.
I don't...
I feel like I just did psychic damage to the man.
Actual sanity check.
Balls check.
Balls check.
Alright. So a little recap. We got into the largest firefight that has happened in the garbage, and canonically speaking, this would be the around the same time as the first big counterattack into Dead City, which I know a lot of you guys have played Shadow of Chernobyl and Call of Pripyat. You got Dead City is under mercenary control mostly. Like there's bodies everywhere, but like there's random little pockets of there's duty here, just an absolute fuckload of zombies there. Snorks everywhere because Yantar, and fucking just a random enclave of fucking mercs that are just for some reason super on edge. Yeah, so we are with that group trying to take the city, but we're on our we kind of entered unannounced, doing our own thing, looking for the inductor, which does the things that you'll find out in game. But our ultimate objective is to get to the sewer system so that way we can resist some of the psychic damage that the psi emitter is going to put off while we go through the tunnels, getting further into the zone to investigate for the scientists what these inductors do, and either confirm or deny Klipkona's theory. Stims, get in the thing.
I am. Oh, the watch party.
And with that little recap said, I know there was a little bit of questions until I started putting down the little pips to create a more visual image. Does anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Where are we? We're like right in this
We're
area,
here on the
right?
corner with the stalker on it, and we're fighting inside of that building.
Yep.
That's me in the corner.
Oh,
He said it.
no.
He said it.
Oh no.
That's me in the spotlight, and then all
Losing my
those
religion?
motherfuckers in the building.
Thank you for finishing.
Why?
It took a lot in me not to do that by reflex because that's been
I'm
an
sorry.
issue.
I am obeying like natural fucking law. I don't know what you guys are doing, being so slow.
You know what? You're right. I cast release inhibitions on myself.
Fair.
Feel the
Feel
rain
the
on your
rain
skin.
Why does this keep happening to me? People around me just breaking out in song. I didn't realize this was fucking Disney.
You have to remember that as the native thespian, I just do that to people, and then thankfully others follow suit.
No Stims.
I mean-
is the
I
native
was raised
lesbian.
by actual music nerds. So.
I'm the
Dude.
what?
The native lesbian.
Don't complain. Don't complain. People around you could be breaking out in gunfights.
That's
Hey,
true.
man. I was gonna say that would be better, but this is more pleasurable.
I was about to say, I mean, you might be more comfortable in a gunfight, but, you know, bad things can also happen.
Speaking of firefights, Stalker, get in here.
Get out of here, but in here, Stalker.
Get in here, Stalker.
Get over here. This is a Russian scorpion.
He's just fucking twerking on that I-beam that he's patrolling on. Get in here, Stalker. What?
Oh no, I'm clapping cheeky breaky.
Actually, so that line, no, cheeky breaky, papali, suke. That's like, hit me, bitch.
Oh.
But yeah, anyways, fucking. Oh god, I am so sorry. I keep driving us off a cliff and we're fucking 30 minutes late. I am very sorry. I'm gonna just fucking hop into it. I'm sorry. Session 6, Revenge at Last, Dead City 2019, Eastern Block, Apartment 13. Twilight is setting in. Rain, slick ruins, scorched concrete, tension clinging to the air, thicker than radiation. The zone had led Riot to this moment to complete his mission. The air still stank of cordite and burning flesh. The echoes of automatic fire had faded, swallowed by the dead city's decaying silence. Somewhere, a mutant howled, drawn to the sound of scent of blood. Whisper leaned against a shattered concrete column, his right arm hanging limp, blood soaking his sleeve and the right side of his torso. He winced in pain. Oh. He winced in pain. Ryan crouched beside him, his battered temporary shotgun resting across his lap, eyes scanning the broken street outside through the remnants of a blown-out window. Inside the gutted building, Sawbone had her sleeves rolled up, hands soaked in Kipchak's blood. Her medkit was already a mess. Wrappers, syringes, forceps scattered across the floor. Kipchak's chest rose and fell in ragged arrows. His eyes fluttered, barely conscious. Sawbone searched for a bullet she would never find in time. Alexander Garrett stood near the door, rifle raised against the cracked frame. His jaw clenched, eyes watching the alley like a hawk. His voice was low, calm.
We've got 10 minutes tops. The monolith will be on us again. Sobon, how bad?
Blackman was pacing through the caged dog. Her face slick and flushed was in hers. She kept fiddling with the grenade belt. Lugona adjusted his thermoscope. His breath slowed.
Four shapes. Fast. Loping. Not dogs.
Chimeras?
No. Worse. Too quiet.
A moment of silence stretched as everyone froze. Then, Kipchak let out a strangled gasp. Body jerking under Sawbone's hands.
Damn it! Can't find the round. He's bleeding into his chest cavity.
Whispers stepped closer to the mess of medical
We will link up with the rest of the mercenaries in Container Yard.
Ryan left the building with
I will meet you there. I have a score to settle.
do you mind if I grab
I didn't know that it got past 1 sec.
The Arabian ferret has joined.
Yeah, who's the Arabian ferret?
Oh,
That's somebody I know. I don't know why the fuck he's here. Yeah.
all right. So, light has faded. It is dark. The combat has stopped. The monolith are all, for whatever reason, dormant. The mercenaries, from what you can tell, combat has stopped in the district of the Container Yard. And so they appear to be licking their wounds. This may be our only opportunity to leave, and there is something coming up the road to investigate the stench of corpses. And as mentioned, Shadow, your elbows deep in my everything. Stims, you're kind of pacing, you know, Duck, or Garin, you're watching the alleyway, kind of this area behind us, making sure we don't get flanked. And Ramen, you'd be watching up this road, keeping eyes on those contacts. And Whisper and Riot have just left, going to settle a score. But before we get into that, I mean, we got two. Well, one's gonna be fine. Riot, he's gonna live. He got it through and through GSW. It's just fleshy, muscle and sinew torn. Tiny little surgery, and that'll be fine. He.
You mean Whisper?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I was like, shit, Rib, you got shot?
I was going to say, speaking of your gunshot wound, did I already investigate your body for an exit wound, or is that to be determined?
You can if you'd like to. I'll have you roll your. Let's see here. Your perception. Since it is your main skill, your surgery stuff. Actually, yeah, I'll just have you roll straight perception.
Okay. And also, while that is happening, I also have another question. Regardless if I find an exit wound or not, I'm going to have to stop the bleeding. So am I going to have to roll perception to see if I can accurately find the arteries and or blood vessels that are bleeding out in order to tie them off? Or can I just say I'm tying them off?
6 plus 19. Oh, 9 plus 19. Okay. You kind of roll my body and start feeling on the back as my, the backpack and everything else that I've had on is soaked in my own blood. And as you're kind of running your hands up and down my rib cage, my back, feeling around the spine, palpitating, trying to find that exit, unfortunately, it did not exit. But you do find out-of-place ribs, indicating that the bullet went in and ricocheted off a rib and lodged itself somewhere else.
Oh my god. Okay. Right. Well, I'm gonna be just trying to clamp off and tie off as many of the active bleeding spots that I can find. In the meantime,
At this time, do I see her rooting around? Actually, I'm just going to ask: did you find anything? Was there an exit wound, or is the bullet? Is it still in him?
unfortunately, I didn't find what I was looking for. The bullet is still in there, and it could be in one piece. It could be in multiple pieces. I have no idea. I can't find anything in this mess.
All right. I'm just gonna look at everybody out that's in the room, and I'm just gonna say, I want everyone get your gear together and move. We are moving now. We are getting out of here. Clear the room. And I'm gonna push. I'm gonna start pushing everybody out of the room. He's not. Don't worry about him. I will take care of him.
Are we leaving him?
He's not going to make it. There is not any medical help that we can get him that will survive. He will make him survive his wounds. The bullet is still inside of him. Probably torn up half of these insides at this point.
We don't have time to be arguing.
We don't. We have to leave. So don't worry. I will take care of him, and I promise, as a soldier, I will take care of him the right way. And I'm going to go over to Sawbone, and I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to kind of grab in your bag, and I'm going to find some pain medication. I'm going to grab like a few doses of pain medication. And I'm saying, now everyone, out of the room.
I'm just gonna look up at you and just give you a nod. Give him a squeeze right on the hand before I walk away. And I am also going to walk out of the room. I'm not going to question that one.
Just
I'm
give
going to
a
go.
quick nod.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I gave a quick nod. Ivesti, stalker. I leave.
I'm going to head over to Clip Check, and I'm going to bend down next to him, and I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm going to say to him in Russian, "Don't worry. I will take care of you, my friend. I will see you after all of this is over." And I'm going to inject all of those pain meds into him. Should be more than enough to overdose him. And yeah, I'm gonna kind of put my hand on his shoulder and kind of grab him by the neck like they, Russians do, and I'm gonna put my forehead against his forehead, and I'm just gonna say goodbye, and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna walk away.
As you're saying goodbye, you can feel the breaths get shallower and shallower and just fade. And now that everybody is kind of in the next room. Oh, I forgot to give a little, I had a little thing ready for this one. Alright, so there we go. I got that little blip. Y'all kind of that was supposed to go up last time when you guys initially found me. But anyways, moving over to Rib. So we're going to you and Whisper bound up the street, and as you guys are doing your bounding and Overwatch, you guys, there's no question in your mind. You know the building that he's in. The monolith allow you to cross completely unassailed. You cross, and you guys get to the door of the political school. And go ahead and roll me perception as you guys are stacked up and you guys are ready to go hands-on.
Alright. Alright. Let me add my bonus to that. That is a 12 total. I would want to like kind of peek into it, like kind of prop the door open with the barrel of my shotgun first to see if that, like, triggers anything.
Okay, perfect. So as you do that, with your perception roll, the door does hang at a certain point as you're opening it up, and you kind of stop there.
Okay. I'm gonna fire exactly 1 round into the room.
Alright. Your shotgun goes off and nothing really happens. There's a bunch of spalling, and you can hear the round kind of the buckshot, or the double aught buck kind of bounce around in the building, but not really much else happens. You can hear something around in another room, but it's not the room that's right next to the door. You hear a lot of movement, heavy footsteps.
Alright, I guess I'm just gonna breach in with Whisper.
Okay. At about ankle height, there is a tripwire.
Yep, there it is.
And roll me a sleight of hand and dexterity.
Wouldn't that be potentially reaction?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me sleight of hand reaction.
Gotcha. And the first one's gonna be for sleight of hand. Let me see what I add to that. Nothing. So that first roll is just a 12. And then reaction is going to be 24.
Okay. Well, you didn't see it. You discharged around, but your boot snagged it, and as soon as your boot snags it, you push Whisper down the stairs back where you guys just came from, and you dive on it. The grenade falls from the top of a shelf that was above the door, and the F1 grenade goes off in the room. And you hear, "Hey, служили! Сюда иди!" He's saying like, "Hey, soldier, come here!" You hear a somewhat familiar voice echoing through the house. And after that, immediately silenced 9x39 rounds, huge rifle rounds, rack through that door and through a wall. Just boom, 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 boom. And yeah, you guys get back up, and you want to surge into that first room.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm gonna load another shell in to make sure that I'm, at full mag capacity, and I'm just gonna fucking go for it. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna use my last military stim pack.
Ooh, alright. As
Rip and tear, motherfucker.
As you guys go in, Whisper, he's directly behind you, and he sees all the dirt and dust and everything that's kicked up by the rounds going through the plaster and everything. Those heavy 9x39 rounds, and he's gonna put rounds through the same area that person was putting rounds through, and he's going to immediately after that reload. You guys breach the first room. It's clear, but it's dark, and at that moment, right as you're about to look over to your boy Whisper and say "Securitista," you just have this really ear-splitting, mind-bogglingly huge headache that just crushes your fucking skull. And you hear this, and for a moment in your mind's eye, you see yourself in front of the blue crystal, the monolith itself, the wish granter, and your own arms are reaching out, but that vision goes away in just a split second. But you do hear what I just put in there.
Gotcha.
Твое желание скоро исполнится. Иди ко мне.
All right. Well, what you said that the room is dark. Can I see like anything at all, or
Would you like to turn on your weapon-mounted flashlight?
I sure would.
All right. You turn on your weapon-mounted flashlight. You don't see anything, but there is another room. And right next to it, you can see, when you turn on your flashlight, you can see a blood trail into that next room. Which means the sniper that homeboy hit earlier in the left arm, he's in this building, and the blood trail leads off into that room.
I'm gonna follow that blood trail.
All right, you ready to kick in that door?
Rock'em sock'em robots.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a just roll me reaction.
All right.
You're basically like, you got your weapon kind of tracing the blood trail. Ooh, okay. So your flashlight leads you to the doorway. You turn it off before it can announce your position outside, and you signal, door, breach it, to Whisper with your hands. Whisper stacks up on you. You blow that fucking door off the hinges. You kick the door in, and inside, just inside the door, is none other than the wanted man. It is the sniper. But as you kick the door in, he puts rounds in, thinking that you're a little farther behind as you do. Rounds come in the door, rounds get exchanged through the door. You are just coming in, hearing that, seeing the muzzle flash, the little tiny puffs of fire coming out of that silenced 9x39 rifle Vintorez, and the little flames, and you're just pumping rounds and just boom, cha-cha, boom, cha-cha, boom, cha-cha, boom. Incessant, unrelenting. You are here. You are full of hate. The zone has led you to this moment. This is your revenge. Fuck this flesh piece of shit. You put so many rounds into him, you are out. But you don't realize those 9x39 rounds that were just a little bit behind you did find a target. And that target was Whisper. You take a second to look behind you, and he's laying there with 6 rounds in his chest. His suit's shattered, and you know just by the amount of blood gushing onto the floor that there is no way to save him. But there is one very, very dead asshole at the end of that hallway, or that room. And just as it shows, there's an open doorway, and you can hear footsteps, and you can hear some quick whispering, and a door open, and a bunch of footsteps. But there comes a voice. It's just you and me now, you son of a bitch. Coming from that next room. Are you continuing?
I look over to Whisper. I pass by him before moving up to the next room, and I pull his orange med kit from his bag and leave it out in front of him. I tell him, do what you can. I have something to do. And yeah, I just continue to the motherfucker himself.
The sniper is sprayed all over the wall. He is dead as fuck. But staying behind to continue the fight. You remember the voice, but you can't quite put a name to it. But you know it's the machine gunner. He goes, the rest have already left. I stayed to finish a job that we started. And he can hear you kind of loading, so he positions himself in point of domination in the room. you kind of continue to make those sounds that almost as if you're continuing to reload past your input to the magazine. As you hear him shift every couple, as he's just as nervous as you are, and you come around the corner barrel first, and you just fire. Your body isn't even around the corner, you fire. His clothes ignite. You fire again. Rounds go through his stomach. You fire again. The area around you, it's the windows, or the wallpaper, the wood on the floor. You fire again, and again, and again. You pull out your pistol, and you fire again, and again, and again. And then you swap mags, and you're standing over the body. Your longtime friend is dead, but so are two of Killa's men. Two men who have hunted in this area for a very long time. Two men who have created an aura around them. That's what's left of his head, by the way. That pitter-patter all over the wall. I'll put that in Discord as well. But you are victorious. You have killed off almost half. Actually, you've killed off a quarter of Killa's crew. And you kind of move through the rest of the rooms, finding nobody. And you look out the window to see Killa's crew escaping into the night. But
About how far away are they?
At this point, they're about 70 meters away. They've crossed out of the area that would be safe to engage, or you could engage with a shotgun, and they're passing the monolith, the buildings on the north side. It would be these buildings going through the alleyways now.
Can I grab the machine gunner's machine gun and just empty the rest of that magazine in their direction?
Yeah. Oh, god damn it! I lost connection again to the stupid. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, you can grab the machine gun. Are you sure you want to do that?
Only if I can see them as soon as I get the machine gun up into the vantage point.
Yeah. So yeah, you grab the machine gun. Go ahead and roll me in athletics.
Alright. That's a 19, and let me see if I need to add anything to that. No, just a straight up 19, but I'll take that.
Yeah, you grab the machine gun, you grab a spare drum. You got 75 rounds, as he didn't even have an opportunity to squeeze a single one off, plus an extra drum. And you are sprinting, dead, full tilt fucking sprint. That kind of oh shit sprint that only that little adrenaline high that combat can give. You run up the stairs to the second floor. You've got a vantage point. You see their backs, and yeah, you open fire into the night, and immediately are greeted with the same back from this set of buildings and this set of buildings. The monoliths start to return fire on the building again.
Fair enough. Yeah, as soon as, all that fire starts descending down upon the building, I'm gonna move away from the window where I was shooting at Killa and the rest of his guys retreating, and, yeah, I'm just gonna go to Whisper and start pulling all the important stuff off of his body.
Alrighty. What would you like to grab specifically? Go ahead and make a list of it on the... And do you want to keep that AK in exchange for your shotgun?
No, I'm gonna keep the shotgun. It's a nice AK, but it wouldn't be right without my M1014.
Fair enough. But yeah, just list that in the Discord, and Whisper, as you hunch over his body, he reaches out and kind of grabs your pant leg and looks at you, and he says, "We did everything we could," and life leaves his
Oh.
eyes.
Fuck.
And back at the other building, you guys have a moment as the firefight has been rejoined again. You guys have a moment still to try and sneak out the back, going this way, and cross the street to this building here. You guys want to do it?
I'm actually going to wait on Alexander, but I think you guys should go ahead and go on, and we'll be right behind you.
Everybody go ahead and roll me athletics.
Uh, 19.
Uh, 18.
What do you want to roll for you and Sarah?
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Yes, I shall. A 19 for me. And a 12 for her. So a 19 for me is pretty good because my athletics is high. Yep, I've got a plus 12 in athletics, so.
Alrighty. Yeah, you guys, not really knowing what happened, you guys hear just a really brief exchange of a lot of rounds, and then just a smattering of gunfire from kinda everywhere. You guys leave the building, and your guys' stack, Alex being now the most experienced man here, he's in front. You see Stims right behind him. Alex immediately, just out of habit, he leaves the doorway, swings right, says right is good. Stims is behind him. Left is good. You got Klipkona directly behind her. Hand on shoulder, just following her out. You got Oleg right behind that. And Sarah directly behind him. Sawbone directly behind him. And yeah, you guys go out, and yeah, you guys all rolled well enough. You guys just fucking haul ass from this alleyway to this building, and you guys now know that your objective, the passage underneath of the dead city, is right here. But you guys are trying to link up with fellow mercenaries. You guys have lost a lot. How? As you guys are catching your breath, there's nothing in this building. You guys fucking kick in the door, left, right, center. Everything's clear. You guys do a procedural fucking breach of the first floor. You guys clear every room. It's good. And someone's holding stairwell. You guys are catching your breath real quick after that quick run. How's everybody feeling? You guys just lost a man. Sarah, you spent a good 40 minutes literally elbows deep trying to save my ass. Let's start with Stims. You've been really apprehensive to leave that body. You've been really apprehensive since we took casualties. What's going through your mind?
I think we've lost too much manpower. I think we should have brought his body with us. I think maybe somebody at the warehouse could have done something for him.
That's a lot of ifs.
Honestly, God damn, like, this is so hard for me to say, and I spent a lot of time trying to find where he was bleeding from. There was nothing we could have done about that. His internal organs were eviscerated. There was nothing that we could have done about that out here. The best thing that we could have done was exactly what Alexander did. And if he didn't do it, I was planning on it.
Unfortunately, 40 minutes of bleeding out means he didn't have much left to bleed out. So, we did what we had to do. He was my friend. I was closest to him.
How
I will
much
feel his
obstac
loss
do you
the
think
most.
we left on him?
Not enough that it matters, not enough that it's worth our lives. That building will be covered in monolith in... probably already is, actually.
If not, our pursuers are already feasting on his corpse.
As you say that, go ahead and roll me a perception. You kind of swing your rifle back around, looking in that direction, looking in. Ooh, yeah. You see.
+8 on that.
Ooh, yeah. I'm actually gonna divulge what it is. So you see two Burr go into that building, and you just hear thud, 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 thud. Just a bunch of weird thuds and kind of moaning coming from that building.
Whatever happens, he's with the zone now. That's what we say, right?
Well, regardless, we need to link up with the rest of the mercenaries. Clacker, you are right. We have lost much manpower. We need to at least get some ammo, and I think it might be more accessible to make it to our target from a better position.
What about Riot and Whisper? You think they're gone?
Well, we told them we would meet them with at the containers, so if we see them there, we see them there.
I wouldn't count on it.
Well, don't count Riot out, okay? He's an exceptional person when it
He's a
comes to
fucking
staying
madman
alive.
is what he is.
Well, madmen stay
Stupid.
alive in the zone.
Not that kind.
And
Well,
you guys just kind of continue on. You guys kind of bound across the street after the gunfire kind of calms down for a moment, but as it does, you guys all hear a high-pitched ringing in your heads, and the monolith, for that split second, they completely cease fire, almost as if they're registering orders. But what you guys see and hear is this. Well, you guys don't see anything. You guys see what you the dark fucking dead city. But go ahead and play that.
Пришло время. Я вижу твое желание.
And yeah, so you guys are bounding across this street when that happens, but you can't stop. And the first thing you see, you guys kick open this door, and a dude is just fucking terrified out of his mind as you guys begin your breach. But you see a boy, a good old fella. It's fellow mercenary, and he right off the bat raises his MP5, but you guys kind of see the darkness of his blues, and so yeah, you guys see this boyo right here. I know that's a daytime picture. Sorry. Yes, that is cosplay. No, that is not me. But yeah, you see this boyo. He just kind of raises his hand like that, like, "Hey, fellow mercs, what the hell?"
Who's in charge?
Major, he's just struck out of his mind. He didn't think that he was going to survive the next few seconds, let alone see mercenaries breaching. And
Where is the major?
Follow me. And he takes you guys on outside. And you guys are back at the containers. And the major and your ground forces commander have established a outpost or a command post in how many of you have played Call of Pripyat?
Oh,
I have.
Not yet.
Okay, so there's a 3-story white structure. It stands out just beyond the container yards in Dead City. I'm pretty sure, Glassic, you know the one that I'm talking about. But anyways, there's it stands out among this area. They've made a command post there. They're starting to set up a trader. You know, the typical things that a stalker outpost requires. But you can see some of these guys are having some mental issues, as the last 2 times the monolith has done its damage. They've got equipment, but this is something different. And but yeah, you see the major. He's kind of giving everybody orders. He's got his PDA up to his face, and he's there with a colonel as well, a full bird-ass colonel.
I'll walk up to them and kind of just step up next to them, just nonchalantly, and excuse me, gentlemen.
Hey, tovarish.
There is problem in Killer's men here. It looks like at least they've got fucked up. I don't know how many rioters killed, but he went after them. He might be back, he might not. But if he is, he'll show up here. We need to make it over to that school. That is our objective. Do you have any ammunition? Anything we can re-up right now?
He turns his pad around and you can see a thermal drone image of the dead city. He says, "No, nothing moves the rest of the night. Whatever is happening at the political school has to happen. But, look," and he gives you the PDA, and you can see flashing signatures, about 500 coming from this direction and this direction, advancing into the dead city. And you know, like without saying it, you know it's Monolith. He says, "We're hunkering down, we're putting silencers on, and we are digging in. Everything we have is heading this way. And Duty will be joining the fight. They're going to set up a blocking position to the far north of Dead City and link up with the scientists in Yantar."
What area around this complex is clear? Have you cleared the surrounding buildings on this block?
We have snipers in every building, on every rooftop that we can get them on. Our immediate surroundings are clear, but we are trying to stay quiet. And he kind of takes his PDA back, and he starts kind of jabbing his fingers at his gloved fingers at it. And he turns around. He says, "You can see the political school better, and you see a single figure coming back. And the political school is also just a white glow at this point. But through all of the smatterings of gunfire and the tracers that you can see, and bullets dancing around this man, Riot is walking calm as a fucking pickle in brine, or whatever the fuck that saying is, just walking as if nothing is happening at all to this building here from the 30 odd meters of open space between the building and that next kind of district area. What do you make of that? He shows you this too, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's about right for Riot. Okay. I'm gonna look at everybody else. I think that our best bet is to move now and get over to that building, because we're just going to this blue building here, right? Across the, like right here. Oh shit, tab did not work.
Yeah, you'll be
Yeah.
going to. You want the manhole cover to go underneath of the what do you call it?
The school.
Yeah, and it's going to take you underneath of Dead City and cut you into deeper into the zone. You're going to be able to bypass a lot of the Scorcher with this and come up into the not Agroprom. What's that other research institute? I forget the name of it. But you're going to come up in there, and you'll be deep within the Brain Scorcher at your objective.
I'm gonna grab my PDA, and I'm gonna message Riot privately. A message that, in our group, the group's message. I'm gonna say, is the entrance clear from where you're at?
Is it?
It is.
I'm gonna respond back, just yes.
I will respond back. Hold position. Do you need ammo?
I'm gonna just keep walking, but, respond back, need shotgun shells.
I'll just respond back 10-4. Be there shortly.
So yeah, you guys, you guys end up staying the night, and when the morning comes, you guys are pulled outside, kind of abruptly woken up, and pulled outside by the battalion commander and your major, and you guys are out by the restless tree. That's kind of I don't know how to describe it. It's a constantly moving tree. Anyways, yeah, you got your commanders, and there's two guys behind them, two mercs. And the ground forces commander, he says, with kind of a solemn tone in his voice. I lost connection to the thing again. God damn it. But he has a solemn monotone in his voice, and he says, "We know you have lost a lot of men. Well, a considerable reduction in
Whatever you do,
manpower.
do it for less.
There are
At
two
Harbor Freight.
volunteers willing to
I can tell
Go
that she has a
with
great
you,
sense of humor,
whatever
but
you're doing.
she hasn't told me a joke yet.
Want a career as a pet sci-
Rebolster your ranks. You may take them if you wish. And then these two boys behind you.
Very good. Yes, we will take them. Thank you.
Your major, he looks at you, and he can see everybody's got some of somebody else's blood on them. And he just puts his hand on your shoulder, and the hand kind of wrapped around the back of the neck. And he nods his head, and he says, "We're going to make this right."
We will accomplish the mission. That is what we will make it right. We will do what we came here to do, and it's what Clipcheck would want.
He has kind of a shallow nod. He almost, for a second, almost pulls you in for a hug, but he also, your uniform is dried, caked with blood. Your chest rig, your suit, everything just has caked blood on it. And especially Sarah. Sarah is just, her blue fatigues are now just purple. Anybody else want to weigh in on the conversation?
I'm off in the corner drinking.
I'm lighting up a joint and smoking that because a lot just happened for me.
This
I think Riot is just gonna stay silent.
It's precise temperature control with the digital control.
Is there alcohol anywhere? No. I was wondering if anyone had any.
I got some to share.
So yeah, you guys are just kind of doing your thing around the campfire. Your two new guys kind of give you a wide berth as, you can kind of read the faces. Everybody's a little torn up about this. The gunfire once again though has stopped. There's really nothing going on. You guys are outside by the living tree. took this contract, as if something were about to change, as if the zone itself waited to see what was going to happen. And the wish granter has reached out. Do you by chance want to talk about that, Rip?
Like, tell the group?
Yeah, what you saw.
I imagine that we're probably all just, like, sitting around, like, an early morning campfire. Somebody's playing the guitar, right? Alright, yeah. I mean, since we're all together, I'm gonna be staring off over at the restless tree and all of its wonderful wooden undulation. And, I'm gonna, like, look over to the group just vaguely and say, do you all believe in the power of a wish?
What nonsense are you spouting about?
I think it could be very powerful, especially when someone prompts you to make one.
Are you offering, or?
If you are lucky enough to have an offer made on to you, it is your choice of whether or not to take it. I have had an offer made to me. And what I will do with it has yet to be decided.
Is anybody looking at him while he says that?
Yeah, I didn't turn my body, but I turned my head to look at him while he said all this. And also, I was gonna ask, can I roll like an intelligence roll to see if I kind of figure out I've been in the zone for a year. Can I roll to see if maybe I've heard something about the wish granter or something like that?
Absolutely.
That would be an intelligence roll. Or maybe what else? Is there like a knowledge roll or something?
Let's go.
There's street knowledge.
We'll do street knowledge and investigation.
Okay, so I got a 5 for investigation and 11 for street knowledge. So,
Oops.
I'm gonna roll those guys. Here we go.
This is something groundbreaking. It's precise temperature control with the digital control.
So, the reaction would be the investigation, was it? Or, so, be a 15 for investigation and then a 20 for street knowledge.
Yeah, I'll give that one to you then. You've heard that people talk about the wish granter, and you've heard of a couple guys who are no longer mercenaries, but you've heard a couple guys tell you that after they come out of the brain scorcher, they just get these awful headaches, and they'll hear voices. And most of the time it's a relative, a friend, or a brother, but other times it's a deep, gravelly voice. And they've seen themselves in front of the wish granter in multiple dreams. Sometimes they'll be daydreaming and that will just enter their mind. Or they'll just be out on a patrol and bam, here they come. But yeah, you kind of, the wheels are spinning as he's saying that, but also, as he says it, the pigmentation in his eyes flickers into white, just for a nanosecond.
I'm gonna move to sit next to him, and I'm going to kind of stare at the fire. And I'm not gonna say it loudly, but I'm not gonna like whisper it. But I'm just gonna kind of between the two of us. I'm gonna just, without looking at him, say, "Are you feeling okay there, my friend?"
I'm gonna point at the restless tree. I feel like him.
You've been given a vision, perhaps?
A vision in the zone is not uncommon. I have been given an offer. That is uncommon.
You might know Harbor Freight for affordability.
I hear many tales of wishes being granted. I've been here long enough to hear the ramblings of drunk stalkers. And you are not drunk.
I'm gonna break my gaze away from the tree and now look directly at Garen. I have not made my decision yet.
Well,
Yeah, I would be a fool to do that so early. But it's good to have an option.
okay, well, whatever you decide, don't leave me and my men hanging. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever happens, happens.
Okay. And I'm gonna get up and go back to where I was at.
Anybody else want to weigh in?
You actually believe whatever this thing is going to grant you any kind of blank check wish?
I know that all across the world, they always say the same. Be careful what you wish for. The zone does have a sense of humor. It's not too dissimilar from you and I. Whatever check I would be cashing comes at a price. I don't have to believe in that. In the same way that I don't have to believe that when I walk out on a bright morning, that the sky is blue when I look up, or that there is dirt beneath my feet.
Whole ass wish, huh? Shoot. How many people die for a wish?
A little morose, don't you think, to keep track?
We have over 600 vendors worldwide.
I don't know about keeping track, but having a good idea never hurts.
If that offer ends up being extended out to any one of you by the zone, you will come to see. I don't control that.
One of the extras you guys pick up, he's been stabbing a stick, stoking the fire. And he kind of looks up from doing that and puts one fist on his thigh, kind of turns his body and his head to look at you. And he says, "You're not seriously contemplating becoming one of them?" And he kind of thumbs over his shoulder with his other hand at the monolith-controlled districts of town.
I never said that.
He's gonna pull out, you see, out of his pocket. After you say that, he pulls out side blocker and just chews them up like tablets. And he doesn't break eye contact while he's staring at you. Just concerned as fuck. Just chewing on his fucking side pills.
Well, whatever you decide, just get us to where we need to go before you make your decision.
I have not forgotten my job.
After that, I wish you well in your endeavors.
Be careful what you wish for.
You might get it.
Yeah. So everybody kind of go ahead and remove whatever, like a food item from your guys' inventory. And after all of this, go through your head, chest, and clothes, and everybody is taking a 15-point hit to that 100 that's there. Does anybody come, after you hit that 15 in, does anybody come up to their half, which would be pointed, or I should say their breaking points, which will be pointed to the right of that?
Hold on a second. I was getting my MRE. Let me go back to now. What are we doing? I'm sorry. I want to get this right. Over here.
Head, chest, Seaburn, and clothes.
Okay.
You guys, if you have, pretty much if there's a number over here, to the 100 to the left of that, you guys are taking a 15-point hit.
Okay.
My chest is below half.
Mine's been a 0 this whole time because I don't think we ever set that up.
Oh, shit.
I am not at my half.
Head, chest, and clothes, you said?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Bam.
Who's slamming on their mouse?
I'm having to increase the number from 0.
Oh, is there there's no easy way to do that, is there? With like
No. You get to have fun doing individual quits.
Bro, I'm so sorry. That sucks.
Already done.
Nice.
Damn. She got quick fingers.
What should the top numbers be? What should the top numbers be?
Let's see here. I will 80, 75, 0, and then 100. Let's see here. Do this real quick. And,
Clothes should be a 100 for the top numbers, and CBR and top numbers. I'll just look at someone else's sheet.
Hang on.
Don't look at mine. So my shit was fucked up from the start. So.
Oh shit! And Jocasta's just got wiped. What the hell? Oh no, there it is. It should be 80 helmet, thorax 75, Seaburn 0, clothes 100.
Confirm.
Out of curiosity, since we spent all that time at the Sacros bunker, did our thirst and hunger reset?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so those should go back down to 0, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Remind me again how you did the hunger, because you got 8 out of 4 for. Is that what it is? It's like 8 out of, or 4 out of 8, essentially. Is that what you're doing?
That's the point at which. So the two numbers, the one on the number on the right, is at which point that you begin a starvation phase or a dehydration.
Got you.
Call it. And it's different on each character.
Right.
But yeah, while everyone.
What should the top number be?
Huh?
What should the top number be for hunger and thirst?
Yours go to 7, and then over here on the left to 0.
So like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Hang on. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry.
You're good.
He wanted to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
All right, I'm back. But yeah, so everybody kind of licks their wounds, so to say. Spend a little time at the campfire. Say some final words or a prayer if that's your thing into the ether of the zone. And you guys head off again on your objective. You've got Riot here. You've got Garen here, Oleg, Edwards, or Sawbone, Clacker, and Klipkona. You guys are leaving the Dead City. You guys are going over to your manhole cover. But you guys kind of take it and slide it off as you would. But something kind of stops you for a split second, almost as if you've been touched on the shoulder by something. Do you guys want to go back and gather any gear or perform any last rites or anything? Or just continue on?
Is it clear around here?
Relatively so. There's still a lot of monolith. They just have stopped shooting at the school. And the school is still burning.
Gather gear? What do you...
If it's clear enough to move back over to where Clip-Check was, yeah, I'll move over there and I'll gather up his gear if we've got some time, because I would like to get that. I didn't want to leave it, but we needed to get out of there. So
yeah, you guys walk in. That one monolith that remained, he's doing. You guys walk in on him performing a prayer, and when you walk in, he stands up with his rifle still on the ground, and he turns to Riot. He doesn't do anything. He just stands there staring at Riot as you guys pass. And you guys get to Kipchek's body, but each of you are going to pass this monolith. He doesn't have a gun out. He's not even acknowledging anyone but Riot, who's the first into the building, and moves back towards where Riot is dead, or Kipchek is dead. What do you, we'll start with Harry. What are you doing?
I don't like the look of this motherfucker, but we ain't doing much. Is his rifle like near him on the ground or anything?
It's on the ground, yeah, but he's full upright and just full body moving with wherever ribcage goes. And as he's in a couple rooms away at this point, it's still as if he's got X-ray vision just staring at him through the walls.
I'm just kicking the gun away.
He does nothing.
I'm just gonna start gathering Clip-Check's any useful gear that he has on him.
All right. What about you, Stims? As you pass this guy, what do you think? What do you feel? What do you see?
I think she's still pissed.
The monolith guy?
Yeah, it's like everything monolith, and I think she hits him in the head with her buttstock.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me strength.
Seven plus, what's my strength? 18? 7 plus 18. 25.
Okay. You hit him over the head with your buttstock, and that breaks his focus. He turns around, and he full body, just by like your vest, picks you up and throws you against the wall. Go ahead and roll me. Do you want to dodge or get up or?
Dodge.
All right.
Is it possible for me to intervene in all of this?
Yeah, you can run back into the room.
Yeah, I'll run into the room and I'll point my weapon at the monolith fella.
He does nothing. His head is turned towards you, but he again just goes right back. He's just staying with the fight.
Do I need to roll anything?
What was your dodge?
18, that one's not talked. 18 plus 15, 34.
Alright. 34. Okay. He goes to kind of stomp, but you roll out of the way, and right where your kind of guts and rib cage would have been, his foot comes down with enough strength to actually fracture the wood flooring beneath you guys. And the monolith guy just continually comes after you while staring with his head completely turned towards ribcage.
I'm gonna shout at him just the word stop.
He is... We're gonna see. Oh, he does not. He continues the assault on Stims. Go ahead and roll a athletics. You have a moment to counterattack again. We're looking at least over 30.
That's a 1.
Critical fail. Plus, what's your modifier?
13, so 14.
Ooh. He brings back his right hand over his left shoulder in a fist, and he clubs you sideways across the head, actually knocking your mask seal loose for a split second. And you have a moment to react. Go ahead and give me a reaction roll.
$17 plus 14, 31.
Perfect. You bring... Actually, you go ahead and describe what you want to do.
Can I just kill him?
Yeah.
Okay. I dodge left, get behind him, and snap his neck.
You're pretty much face to face, so you're not gonna really be able to dodge. You can create distance and maybe pull a knife or a sidearm or get enough distance for your rifle, but you haven't been rolling well enough to get behind him and snap his neck.
I step back and pull my revolver and shoot him in the head.
Alrighty. You take a step back, kind of kicking him away from you as you do, and as your foot is coming back down to the ground, you've already pulled your revolvers just past your chest, and you got that double hand grip. You're punching out, and as he gets ready to make his next swing, the hammer's already back. You're punched out. Boom! And that you turn his brain cavity into a little bowl of monolith chili. His entire upper cranium, like, just boom, gone, eviscerated. And as that's dripping from the ceiling, gray matter and human skull bits and everything, Rib, you came and you were pointing your gun at this fella. What are you doing?
Well, now that he's dead, I'm gonna go over to Clacker, a little mad, and say, "What the fuck did you do?"
She just stares at him.
When they are docile, do not fucking provoke them.
have I finished up looting the check at this point?
Yes, but I want to get Sawbones' take. You're last into the room, and you've been kind of just dodging, trying to stay out of the way of this whole fight. What's on your mind?
I kind of just want to get the fuck out of here, honestly.
Fair enough. Alright, yeah. You finished up reading, you've got the PDA, you've got anything sensitive, you know, your Spetsnaz counterintelligence training takes over, and you're like, alright, I need this for OPSEC, I need that for, you know, A, B, C, D, E. You go down the list, and you kind of, would you like to maneuver the body into a position where he's got his arms crossed over and something of the like?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually gonna lay him down like he's laying down. I'm gonna cross his arms over him, close his eyes. And does he have he didn't have like a shemagh or not shemagh, but a balaclava or anything on, did he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just kind of turn that around so that like covering his face, and I'm just gonna put his helmet over him, and just gonna kind of put my hand on his hands, and I'm just gonna stand up and leave. And as I walk past the Clacker and Riot, I'm gonna look at you both and say, "Are you two done playing with Monolith? They're probably on the way now, so we must probably need to go." And I'm just gonna keep walking.
Can I check the body and see if it has a PDA on it?
Monolith?
Yeah.
It does. I'm not even
I'm gonna take that.
for that. You also notice that in that PDA, in the same pocket as that PDA, there is a fucking thumb drive, and you put. Do you wanna marry the two together? Shove it in the hole. Put it in.
I was about to say I'm not putting it in my fucking PDA. But yeah, I'll put it in the Monolith one.
You stick it in nice and slow, and when you put it in, the area that you are in has a little signal, and actually at the political school there is a little yellow icon that you can click on.
Sure.
Alright, you pull it up, and that is actually one of the it shows up in text that it is one of the boosters. One of the objective that you guys are seeking for the scientist is actually meters away. Tens of meters, but you know.
I found something.
It's the monolith.
What did you find?
Confirmation of one of our targets. Boosters in the political school.
Good. Then we move.
Yeah, I'm gonna start moving towards the political school again.
Would you like to move alone?
I'd probably be moving alone. Yeah.
As you get moving, you notice the monolith that are surrounding the school. They just stop and they watch you walk towards them. Some of them walk up to you, but they don't really do anything. They carry on with their usual monolith. But they're not doing anything to you, but they surround you when you're looking at this thing. Throughout the burned school, you're kind of looking around the outside. Roll me perception.
You got it. Nero. Oh, I threw it too hard. That's gonna land. Oh, wait, no, that's fine. Well, that's an 18 plus, perception, which is a 9, so yeah, no, I definitely pass.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
I am become the Legend 27.
It's him, the Legend 27.
Johnny 5 is still alive.
Me, painful.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to urgently take a piss. Anyways, so yeah, you're looking around. You manage on the top of the school, as you're looking around, you notice that there's an odd looking antenna. The school is still burning, however, the outside of the structure is brick, and the core of the structure is brick. So, would you like to bring the homies and attempt to get up there?
Armin, what's your character's call sign again?
Pipicona.
Yeah, I'll take, Clippicona with me, just because, like, you know, he has the PDA, he knows the exact location. I'm gonna tell everybody else, either stay put or out of sight, we don't need any more casualties. And then, just start moving in.
So yeah, you call Clipkona over, and he joins you, and you guys are both looking at the roof like, well, shit. How are you guys gonna get up there?
So it's up on the roof?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna look around, the exterior to see if there's, like, a ladder or a fire escape.
Unfortunately, the Soviet Union being the Soviet Union, they did not plan for their glorious political school to have to be evacuated from the rooftops.
I was half expecting that. That's fair. How bad is the fire?
It's mostly, since it's been burning since, last night, and it's now like, we'll say 9 a.m. It's mostly tapered off.
Okay. From the ground where we're at, can we see the antenna?
Oh yeah, you've spotted it from the ground.
Okay.
It's very peculiar in nature. It stands out on the building.
I'm gonna turn to, Clipkona. We have two options. Either we try and take it out from the ground, or we go in and then try and find a way all the way up to the roof.
I would, if possible, like to actually see the damn thing. But
Then we go in.
it's fair enough.
All right. Roll me a I guess sleight of hand.
What exactly am I gonna be doing for this role?
You guys are walking through the rubble of this building, trying to avoid possible holes as you climb up to the second floor. Generally going through a burnt out structure.
How about Pathfinder?
That works too. Roll me both of those for both of
Alright.
y'all.
First one will be sleight of hand. That is...
Just grab... Or wait, that's not the right one. Just roll them both there.
Gotcha. Let's see. And actually, remind me, so like under all of the individual skills, do I add anything based off of that, or is it just like the modifier for the attribute? So like, since sleight of hand is under Dex, I would add my Dex modifier.
You add the... Yeah.
Okay. So then on sleight of hand, I got a 20, dirty, and then pathfinding is a... Oh my god.
Is that an
Roll a 1.
OIC?
Oh. What about you, Harry?
For sleight of hand, it is 23.
Oh.
And for pathfinding, it is 20.
Damn, alright. You guys get going, and Rib keeps putting his boot through the floor, and so Harry, you take lead, and you guys get up to the top floor, and in front of you is what looks to be just your average Joe-ass power box, but it's got a cage on top of it, and in that cage there's just kind of a strange I guess piece of equipment, for lack of a better term for it. Said piece of equipment looks like a baby crystal, like what people have described previously as the Wish Granter, just a tiny, tiny little version of it. What you see before you is this guy right here. What would you like to do to it? You have a mind
I
read.
turn around to Riot as we're kind of like between there and the stairwell, and I just say, "Stay here and make sure your friends don't interfere." Um,
Yeah.
I see buttons. Are they particularly labeled in any way, shape, or form?
There's a caution Elektrostancy sign, like electricity. But other than that, they're not really labeled. But there is a slot, a USB slot on the side of it, and kind of an open-close switch on the front of it.
Like a female port, like.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not about to plug anything into this because I don't know exactly what that's going to do, but
You do still have a monolith PDA and a thumb drive.
I do. Are there any documents on the PDA particularly about these things or its operation? I'm not going to take like so much time to look through it, but like at a quick glance of like the file path, can I see like anything relating to the extenders?
Yeah. There's as you kind of mill through it, you keep seeing signal emitter, and then finally you get like pages and pages of signal emitter, signal emitter. You get to signal emitter, and there's a little, like, it's open, and it says Dead City Inductor in Cyrillic, obviously.
It's City Inductor. Are these the panel on here? It's like four. Is it buttons or knobs?
It's little depress buttons.
Okay.
And there's a if you were to think of a power box, those pull down opener things that you pull down first, and then you push up and pull the latch open. There's one of those on the front of it, and it's I guess latched at the bottom. So you could open it.
I believe I will do that.
All right. So you open it, and you see a little screen that is just constantly running a display of information. And what you perceive from it is the same kind of little bits of code match up on the monolith tablet as you have the thumb drive in. Would you like to take it out and insert it into this machine?
Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
You when you insert the USB drive, the whole thing shuts down, and the monolith outside go absolutely hog wild. They start shooting each other. There's a very, very quick and incredibly intense amount of gunfire, and then it dies again. And you and Riot, you guys run to the most hardy part of the building as rounds are just flying everywhere. And a split second later, you hear this. And it's from the Fullbird Kernel, and it says, Monolith in Dead City seem to have faded out. on your PDAs. And that little crystal that's inside of it, encapsulated, you could grab it if you wanted to.
Oh, hell yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna pat Clipkona on the shoulder and say, well, good job, and gesture to the crystal. Believe that belongs to you.
Yeah, you pull it out, and your theories, all of your research, your tracing, your constant late nights, and everything else that you've done has come to a head. You were correct the whole time. The monolith is controlled like a ham radio, where the signal source is broadcast to the Duga. From Duga, it is broadcast to inductors, which help spread the signal. The inductors report to kind of the more central, like Agroprom and the other big research domes and megaliths that help project it and help project the hive mind of the monolith. If you destroy these, the monolith goes silent, but if you install these, the monolith are controllable. But they only obey the monolith. However, you now have a signal trace on all of this back to the Wish Granter itself.
Who would think all these humans would be no better than RC cars or ham radios at best?
Now, that begs the question, how do they do it from person to person? Do you want to radio back to the people who have a open skull of a monolith directly in front of them? Or, I should say, on the ceiling and around them?
I mean, I will definitely radio back to Mike, what's your character's name again?
Alexander.
I'll radio back to Alexander. We found the so-called inductor and have shut it down. I'm sure you heard the resulting chaos. Monolith are no longer able to operate in this area. Are you still near the dead monolith?
No, I think we are downstairs outside the building. I think the dead monolith was in that building the clip check was in. That we
Bit of a I suppose gruesome ask. Either you or perhaps Sawbone, but I need to see the inside of a monolith's head.
I will, okay. And I will, I'll cross back over there and I'll look in the, I'll kind of look at the monolith guy's skull and see if there's anything weird. I'm gonna take my machete though. I'm not gonna use my hand. I'm just gonna kind of like root around in his open skull cavity.
Go ahead and roll me perception. Actually, roll me investigation.
Okay. Investigation is +5. Could be worse. I shall use this one. Seven plus 5, so not that great.
Yeah, you don't really find anything. But you do stick your machete in some brains.
radio back. It doesn't look like anything to me.
Another mystery, then. We will be shortly making our way down. If the raid does not fall through the floor.
Bring whatever that thing is you found with you.
No, don't worry. I've taken the trophy.
Okay, good. I don't want them turning that son of a bitch back on.
You want to destroy it before you leave?
Actually, you know what? I have a fucking railgun. Yeah, I do.
Alright. You put your railgun inside of the monolith. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I just level it at the box. Give it enough space that the full inertia will hit.
You take out the power supply, essentially.
Yeah. Not only that, the collateral is gonna fuck up pretty much any electronic.
Yeah, you give this thing a full magazine, and it just it's inanimate. It's essentially a power box. It doesn't do anything. It cannot grab nor harm you. You just shoot the shit out of it. You guys regroup all in the street now. You guys have a decision. You guys can go further into the zone and continue after Killa and his crew, or you could go back here. There's quests waiting for you, or you could go back and return to the scientist. The scientist is the one who sent you looking for this.
Scientists are back in aggro prone, right?
Back at
Or
Chaparral.
back in, yeah.
I say we go back to the scientists so that way we can learn more about all this.
I agree.
As much as I want to go and hunt down Killa and, you know, ream him out, that will come. That's inevitable. We need more information.
Well, and also remember, his pussy fuckboys are not as numerous as they once were.
And I will fuck those pussy boys.
Of the 6, there are now 4. There is not much pussy left.
Tonight is the night when 6 become 4.
But yeah, you, anybody else want to weigh in?
I'm good to go back to the scientist. I kind of want to figure this shit out.
Alright. As you guys leave, you guys take a different path than you had originally taken in. You know the city's safer now. You know you don't have to be as careful as you were, because the monolith just killed each other. Any mutants that were in the area, you assume are in the dark, in the depths of basements, which is true. And the Mercenary Corps has actually secured this apartment district and the large buildings that the monolith had taken cover in as well. All of the blue buildings in the city are now controlled by mercenaries. And they're just kind of freely walking around Dead City. You guys leave through these apartment buildings. And as you are doing, you enter or pass by a room that has a sealed door, and the door is reinforced. what are you thinking about that?
Sealed how?
So think of something like, so you know how the insides of these structures look. It's just like Call of Pripyat. They're worn out. All of a sudden, there's this one wall that's well-built brick wall, and there's a steel door that is almost like a bulkhead. On a ship.
Yeah, that's gonna stand out to me. I'm gonna go look at it and see if it's locked. If I can open it, but I'm not gonna open it. I'm just gonna see if the latch is locked, essentially.
You pull on it, and it is locked. However, you have a special person here who just loves to mangle shit with explosives. Let's see what she's got. She has.
I got a big ass bomb.
Thrower, bomb. Oh my! I trusted you with that. I really did just give her a fucking bomb. Yeah, she's got a fucking bomb. And a flamethrower.
And we've just been walking right next to her this whole time?
Yeah, you have. I forgot.
Alright.
I kind of forgot about that, to be honest.
I think you gave me a big ass bomb.
One bad shot.
Does anybody want to? It's up to you guys. Do you want to see what's behind door number 1?
Before you even finish that sentence, she's got the serious putty out, and she's playing with it as if she's making a snake out of Play-Doh.
I make a stand. I go to castle.
She's molding it into the door frame, and she's got a predatory gleam in her eye, a smile on her face, and it's just like being back in Kandahar. Walk us through the process. What do you do and how you feel?
I think I put explosives around where the latch would be and where the hinges would be. Just guesstimating where they are.
Alright, and you have a moment. I need to get the host back. I keep losing connection to the fucking thing. But yeah, you guys pull back. She instructs you guys to get behind another wall or outside, and you know, open your mouths. She looks at you guys and she goes, fire in the hole, fire in the hole, fire in the hole. And she goes with her hands and a smile in her face, clack, with a detonator. And that door is so perfectly removed off its hinges, it slams against the wall and makes an imprint, and kind of indents itself into the wall opposite of the door.
You know Harbor Freight for affordability, but
can I get
durability goes right along with it. You see,
party
we
back?
test, and then we...
I think I just gave it to you.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah, you're hosting.
All right.
Aren't you guys proud of me? I figured it out this time.
Better than I'm doing. So yeah, it's open, and inside you see the Sparta symbol on closed laptop, and around it some communications gear, literal ham radio, a ASIP 1523G, an AK that's just kind of leaned up against the wall, several mags, a shitload of loose ammo, and a map on a wall that shows a circle around the former encampment that you guys were at when you saw Sparta and a fuckload of bandits coming at you. You also see the location of the dead drops and circled locations of every other dead drop that the Sparta has been using. Do you guys want to investigate further? Who is their counterpart? Who is setting up these deals with the bandits?
I'd be interested.
I'm gonna grab the map off the wall, and I'm going to take it with us. And I'm also going to look through some of the other intelligence. Would you like me to roll investigation?
Indeed. I'm going to have you as well, Rip.
You got it.
Investigante.
Clip Kona, you going to hop on that laptop and dick her down?
I don't know about that last part, but I will hop on the laptop.
Investigate is a prescription.
I apparently investigated nothing. I got an 11.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Hero, you're looking at the wall and you go cross-eyed. But
Yep.
You're exposed to a window while you're looking at that. Ribcage, Riot, you're looking around and you're able to find a note, kind of old school written correspondence, a letter, if you will, that has a financial ledger, and you find a PDA.
Alright. I'm going to pocket the PDA and I'm going to read the letter.
It's just got a bunch of numbers like a sale, a buy, another sale, a sale, and then a buy. It's pretty meaningless, but it shows that they are selling to somebody deeper in the zone. But it doesn't give a name, it just says weapons sale, equipment sale, sale of this, sale of that, and then the number of money that was made. Would you actually, let's go over to Clipicona real quick. What'd you find on that laptop, boy?
Oh no, boss, what I found.
Is this the one that you wrote?
No, that was me.
Oh, roll me an investigato.
Domo arigato, Mr. Investigato.
Investigation. The perception. Uh-oh. Whatever. 22.
Alright. You open the laptop and you hack it. Just, it's nothing. Like, you get into that shit quicker than a bitch. And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the same password as my fucking luggage. How the hell?
You get in and you look in and you see several messages between Sparta, Killa, and another group named the Angel.
I'll dig into this angel character group.
Given the context of language, you're not sure if it's one person or two, but you assume that it's a group given the amount of shit that's being moved to this person. And that's all you really get. And Bonesaw, are you gonna come into the room?
Sarah's actually fallen asleep, so don't bother with her. She had a long day. She's tired.
Bonesaw is not ready.
Bonesaw is not ready. Good reference, bro.
She is outside having a...
She's outside smoking.
Stims, would you like to come in?
Yes. Can I just start looting random gear?
Actually, as these two are kind of looting the one room, you're looking for a big score for yourself, so you start maneuvering through the rest of this apartment, and you come to a room where you see a giant amount of just flesh. You see the uniform
Score.
of a Sin guy that's on, like, you can make it out because you see the sleeve, but this dude's rib cage has been ripped open. His intestines are strung around the room. There's a smiley face written in blood and the monolith prayer written on the walls in his blood. His lower jaw has been ripped off, and you see his tongue hanging from a hook. And this man's just been mutilated. You also see his balls and cock in the sink. And his feet have also been removed and are hanging from hooks, as well as his hands. But yeah, go ahead and loot him.
All right. Do I roll for loot search?
Yes.
11 plus 6 is 17.
Ooh, okay. Through this mess of human flesh, you start poking around other little areas of the room, and you come across a kind of the room that you're in is a bathroom. And what you can gather with what's in the toilet was he was defecating, and the monolith came in and literally caught him sitting flat-footed. And they do what the monolith do to people who they capture. And they did monolith things to him. But you find his backpack just kind of chilling by the toilet. And you get draw. You said you got a 17?
Yeah.
Draw me 3 cards.
Can I shuffle it first?
Yep. You can shuffle it, you can cut it, I'll put it back. Do whatever you would like.
Frag grenade, shortcut map, and advanced AP rounds.
Alright. In addition to that, you find a, this is kind of a hard one. You find yourself a pristine condition G36C.
Nice.
It's peak. I'm taking it.
Alright, you want to leave
Can I
your AK
remove the VOG from my AK and just slap it in my backpack?
Yeah, you are
The
going to take a
PP-30?
movement penalty.
Okay.
Alright. Go ahead and list all of that in the chat. And, Harry, as you're looking around, you find, as I mentioned, an ASIP 1523G. That is a field radio, a VHF radio, and that can be used as a backpack if you would like.
Sure. Yeah.
Alright, it also has a headset. Go ahead and list that in the chat. Rib, as you're looking around, you find, well, obviously that AK. It is a... Let's see what variant. A 100 series. Let's say an AK-104. All souped up, just laying against the wall.
I'm confused. Why am I finding an AK? I wasn't looking for one.
It's just up against the wall that you and Clip-Con are next to.
Oh,
I
okay.
had made mention of it when you guys had come in, but now since everybody's searching, doing a big reveal of the entire room and area.
Gotcha.
You don't want to do anything with the AK?
I get a movement penalty, and I'm not gonna get rid of my shotgun.
Fair enough.
What accessories does the AK have on it?
Angled foregrip. It's Zenecode the fuck out. It's got
a suppressor.
It does not, but it does have a laser, like a PEC-15, the Russian variant. It's got a angled foregrip, an EOTech, the Zenitco, the little round fucking bolt replacement. It's got the AK-12 pistol grip, wrist rails, up and down, the Zenitco, good shit, a DTK compensator, and a PT-1 stock.
The 104 is what, 545, I think?
Yep.
That's the same as Sarah's rifle is right now, I think. She has a piece of shit 74, doesn't she?
Let me look in just a second.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I'm looking. Yep, that's what she's got. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick it up and I'm gonna toss it over to her character, or I'm just gonna grab it. I'm gonna give it to her character once I see, next session. She's already got ammo for it. She's got mags that fit it.
Fair enough.
And it's in good condition, so hers is in shit condition. And I like my rifle. There's nothing wrong with my rifle. I've got all the shit for it already. If this had a suppressor, honestly, I was going to change, but it doesn't.
Yeah. So go ahead and note that. And
yep, I will.
You also, while you were looking at the wall, you're kind of looking over a lot of the area of the room to see if there's, something tells you that there's like a hidden something. And you look underneath of the bed, and there is a weapons crate, like a plastic weapons crate underneath. Would you like to see?
I would.
You open her up, and there are several of the AK-105s, the shortened bays. No mags in the chamber. They're all kind of the same setup. Imagine, actually, you won't have to imagine. This right here.
It is the sexy boy. No suppressors for it though.
No.
I'm gonna grab one of those. No mag. I'm gonna fold the stock and I'm just gonna kind of attach it. I'm just gonna kind of sling it behind me, sort of carry it with me.
All right.
It's got the folding stock on it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the PT-1
yeah.
stock.
Yeah, I'm just in case, because if I can come across a suppressor, I'll switch to this. That thing's pretty sexy. And ammo's way more available in the zone for 545 than it is for 556.
That is true. But yeah, you guys look through the room. You get all this gear, and y'all head on out. And you're able to safely get back to Shakarov and his infamous bunker.
Yay, showers for everyone.
That concludes this session of S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
Sweet.